Most often on textbooks, we learn that for high flow and low pressure, we should consider dynamic compressors like centrifugal compressors, and for low flow and high pressure, we should consider reciprocating compressors. But what is high flow? What is high pressure? What is low flow? What is low pressure? On this chart, you can have a reference. So this chart is in actual cubic feet per minute and also PSIG. So the first thing to observe is that when we are dealing with the design of a compressor, most often we identify the flow based on a set of pressure and temperature, like standard flow, like normal flow. So most often you will see a compressor for 2000 normal cubic meters per hour or 2000 standard cubic meters per hour. And that means you have set the conditions of temperature and pressure. And the conditions of temperature and pressure not necessarily is the same as your process conditions. So when we have a compressor or a rotating equipment that is identified as the actual cubic feet per minute, it means that the process conditions for pressure and temperature is your operating conditions. If it is 40 Fahrenheit or 15 PSIG, it will be the conditions for the actual volume flow. And it's important because when you do the conversion for normal cubic meters or standard cubic meters, the values can be very, very different. So this is the first point. So based on that, you can see that as you increase the actual volume flow, you pass from the boundaries of the reciprocating compressor. So here we have different boundaries according to different types of compressors, and there is no absolute truth. So here, as we increase the flow, you can see that the chart indicates the use of the actual compressor, for instance, and based on this delimitation placed here in the chart, we can have an indication of best flow and the usual discharge pressure also. So we have here an indication of the use of the actual compressor. There are another place here, a delimitation place here for the use of centrifugal multi-stage compressor. So based on this range, you should evaluate, or you should consider the use of a centrifugal multi-stage compressor. But there are a boundary, there is an interface between the reciprocating multi-stage compressor and the centrifugal multi-stage compressor, where both of them could be used. And so on, you can see there are a delimitation for reciprocating compressor single stage, centrifugal compressor single stage, and etc. So with this chart, you have the first tip on how to choose the rotating equipment that you need for compressing gas. And now that you have this point of view, or that you have this information, let's take a look in the 6 items that I shared with my student.